It was an ordinary day, so ordinary that it immediately felt suspicious. I woke up without an alarm, already a warning sign. The coffee turned out good on the first try. Second warning sign. Even my sock went on perfectly, without twisting or raising any philosophical questions. And at that moment, I realized something was definitely going to go wrong. I left the apartment, and the elevator arrived right away. Not closing in front of my face, not full of someone who smells like questionable life choices. It just arrived. Outside, it was suspiciously quiet. The pigeons weren't fighting. Cars weren't honking. Even the leaflet guy didn't try to hand me anything. I walked along, feeling the universe take a deep breath. And then my phone rang. Unknown number. Like a person with life experience, I didn't answer at first. The phone went silent. A second later, it rang again. "Hello?" I said in the voice of a man who has nothing to hide. "Good morning. We're calling about you." "Who is this?" "We are." I stopped. "Sorry, who exactly is we?" A pause. A very confident pause. "You should know." That's when I got interested, and a little scared, but mostly interested. I definitely didn't sign anything," I said, just in case. "This isn't about documents. This is about you." I swallowed. "Did something happen to me?" "Not yet, but it might." "Listen," I said, "if this is an ad, let's just— Did you have breakfast today?" "Yes." "What exactly?" And that's where I made a mistake. I answered honestly. "An egg and a sandwich." Silence. "Then you're ready." The call ended. I stood in the middle of the sidewalk, thinking, ready for what exactly? And most importantly, why was the egg the deciding factor? I kept walking, but now cautiously. Every person seemed suspiciously ordinary, every car a potential part of a plan. In the subway, a man in a coat sat next to me. Not even sat, he materialized. "You look different today," he said without looking at me. "Excuse me?" "Relax, it's a compliment. Usually you look more confused." I slowly turned toward him. "Do we know each other?" "Not officially." "And unofficially?" "Very well." He got off at the next station and as he was leaving said, "Don't forget, if they ask, you didn't take an umbrella." "What umbrella?" I shouted. The doors closed. I hadn't taken an umbrella, but now it felt like extremely important information. At work, a surprise was waiting for me. My boss walked up, looked at me carefully and said, "You're kind of focused today." "Thanks." "That's unsettling." He leaned closer and whispered, "If anyone asks, I didn't see you today." "Who's going to ask?" "Don't shout," he said. "The walls listen too, especially in accounting." I sat down at my computer. The screen flickered. A message appeared. "Mission activated." I looked around. No one reacted. Everyone kept working as if threatening messages weren't popping up on their screens. Another message appeared. "At 12:30, you must be at the coffee machine. Get a medium cappuccino, no sugar. This is important." I checked the time. 12:27. I don't like cappuccino without sugar, but apparently this was now part of my destiny. At 12:30, I was standing at the coffee machine. It buzzed and froze. "Perfect," I said, "even here." "Patience is the key," a voice said behind me. I turned around. A woman in her 40s stood there, wearing a strict suit and holding a folder. "Who are you?" "You're not ready to know yet." "I'm not ready for any of this." "No one ever is, especially you." The coffee machine suddenly released a cup. "Drink it and remember the taste. This is your last calm sip." "You're all in on this?" Yes. Why? She looked at me closely. Because you're the only one who ate an egg today. And? Usually you eat cookies. I wanted protein. And that's where you ruined everything. She walked away. I drank the coffee. It was terrible. At 5:45 p.m., I was called into the meeting room. Inside were my boss, the woman with the folder, the man in the coat, and a courier. Why is the courier here? I asked. He's a witness, said the man in the coat. The courier nodded. You passed the test. Not completely, but enough. A test for what? For the ability to not understand what's happening and still keep going. That's a skill? These days, a crucial one. The man in the coat placed a box on the table. Here's your choice. What's inside? Nothing or everything? I opened it. Inside was an umbrella. But I didn't take an umbrella, I said. Exactly, they smiled. My boss stood up. Well, if everything's settled, can he go? Yes, they said in unison. Where to? Home. He's done enough. I stepped outside. It started to rain. I stood there without an umbrella, but for some reason, I was smiling. My phone vibrated. A message. Thank you for participating. If you choose an egg again tomorrow, we'll be in touch. I looked up at the sky and said out loud, Tomorrow, it's cookies. The rain intensified, as if the universe was slightly disappointed.